China is ready to promote fair global vaccine distribution, with many countries already having received these Chinese vaccines or signed deals to get them in the near future. China has sent the Sinovac vaccine produced by Chinese drug maker Sinopharm to many countries already. Egyptian Health Minister Hala Zayed said on Saturday that the COVID-19 vaccines developed by Chinese drug maker Sinopharm has been officially licensed for emergency use in Egypt. Egypt received the first batch of Sinopharm vaccines on December 10, 2020. The minister said that the batch went through 4 tests conducted by EDA and they all proved the safety of the vaccine. Pakistan will purchase 1.2 million doses of the vaccine from Sinopharm for 2 rounds of injection, enough to cover 600,000 people. Ukraine has reached a deal with China to purchase over 1.9 million doses of the Sinovac vaccine. The country planned to launch a vaccination program this month, covering 50% of its population, which is around 20 million people. Indonesia has begun distributing the Sinovac vaccine. The country has received 3 million doses for an inoculation program, starting with health workers. In Turkey, health officials are testing samples from the first shipment of Sinovac vaccines. The first batch includes 3 million doses and is part of a deal of 50 million doses. Thailand will receive 200,000 doses of the shot developed in February, and the country has purchased a total of 2 million doses. Mexico also signed an agreement on Wednesday to buy 35 million doses of a vaccine from China's CanSino Biologics. The United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and other countries have approved the registration of the inactivated vaccine by Sinopharm. The Chinese stock market kicked off 2021 with a strong start on Monday. Insiders pointed out that the A-share market is continuing the trading style of the end of last year, and that the recent rise is mainly led by the leading enterprises.
所以这样是有利于整个市场的一个做多的这么一个资金的一个支持。那么再加上市场的这种赚钱效应，如果有一些体现，那么整个市场的这种热情可能就会被慢慢带动起来。
Insiders think that the yuan will continue to strengthen this year, and that appreciation expectations to attract long-term foreign investment is crucial.
中国的疫情控制非常好，这样导致了中国的贸易出口出现了很大的顺差，这些投资也是保持净流入，证券投资也是保持净流入。总体来看，目前呢，我觉得升值趋势并没有停止。
Saudi Arabia will reopen its airspace and land and sea border to Qatar as of January 4th, Kuwait's foreign minister said in televised comments, citing a deal towards resolving a political dispute that led Riyadh and its allies to impose a boycott on Qatar.
وبناء على اقتراح صاحب السمو الشيخ نواف الأحمد الصباح أمير البلاد المفدى حفظه الله، فقد تم الاتفاق على فتح الأجواء والحدود البرية والبحرية بين المملكة العربية السعودية ودولة قطر اعتباراً من مساء.
Qatar, Kuwait and the United States have been trying to end the row in which Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and non-Gulf Egypt severed diplomatic, trade and travel ties with Qatar in mid-2017, shattering regional unity, which Washington says hinders efforts to contain Iran. Saudi state agency SPA quoted Saudi Arabia's de facto ruler Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as saying the annual gathering of Gulf leaders would unite Gulf ranks in the face of challenges facing the region. Kuwait's foreign minister said a declaration would be signed at the summit, which was postponed from its usual December date as Riyadh pushed for an agreement towards ending the rift. The 4 boycotting countries had accused Qatar of supporting terrorism. Doha denies the charges and say the embargo aims to curtail its sovereignty.
على الرغم من أن مزاعم وادعاءات دول الحصار تتمحور حول الادعاءات بدعم وتمويل الإرهاب كما تفضل الدكتور أنور والسيد أحمد القطان، فشلت دول الحصار حقيقة رغم مضي أكثر من 100 يوم على هذه الأزمة من تقديم أي أدلة مقنعة، وأنا أتحداهم أدلة مقنعة تكون موجودة أن قطر تثبت أن قطر يعني تدعم الإرهاب أو تموله.
Doha had been set 13 demands ranging from closing Al Jazeera television.
الآن تقول أنها تتعاطف مع إيران من أجل المملكة. نحن لا نريد أحد أن يتعاطف معنا من أجل أي شيء. نحن قادرون بحول الله وبقوته أننا نتصدى لكل من يحاول أن يتعرض للمملكة العربية السعودية. فهنيئا لكم بإيران وإن شاء الله عما قريب سوف تندمون على ذلك.
A Malaysian court on January 4th announced it would not reopen a probe into the death of an Irish teenager whose body was found in the jungle after she went missing during a family holiday, saying she likely died of misadventure.
So after hearing all the relevant evidence, I rule that there was no one involved in the death of Nora, and it is more probable than not that she died by misadventure, i.e. she had gone out of the Sora house on her own and subsequently got lost in the abandoned palm oil plantation. For me to speculate and presume of her action and involvement of third party without any proof fact would be a breach of my duty. So the inquiry is hereby closed.
In August 2019, the naked body of Nora N. 15, who suffered from learning difficulties, was found in a ravine near the Dusun holiday resort, where her family was staying in Seremban, about 70 kilometers south of the Malaysian capital. On Monday, the Seremban Coroner's Court closed the inquiry, saying there was insufficient evidence to indicate foul play. The court ruled that there was no one involved in Nora's death and it was more likely she had simply got lost in the jungle. Her parents appeared solemn on the court proceeding live stream as the decision was read. Her mother was one of the nearly 50 witnesses who testified at the inquest. She said she believed her daughter could have been abducted and accused authorities of not taking her concerns seriously. Spain's Coast Guard rescued 44 migrants near the Canary Islands on January 4th. The number of undocumented migrants arriving in Spain's Canary Islands on rickety boats was more than 8 times higher in 2020 from the previous year. Migrants' arrivals have continued at the outset of the year. Authorities rescued on Monday 44 Northern African migrants, including one woman close to Gran Canaria. This is the first operation in 2021 in the island that received the largest influx of arrivals last year. The migrants tend to see the Canary Islands as the staging post to get to the mainland Europe, but they are still more than 1,000 kilometers from continental Spain. Overall, the number of illegal immigrants intercepted by Spanish authorities across the country in 2020 rose by 29% to 41.861. A massive wave of trash washed up on South Conrado Beach in Rio de Janeiro on January 2nd, leaving nightmare scenes of pristine tropical beaches blighted by piles of garbage. Canned doll heads, plastic bags, sleepers, and PET bottles of all colors and sizes were bobbing in the ocean and piled up on the beach located about 17 kilometers from the iconic Copacabana Beach.
Essa imagem do lixo vindo na minha direção me paralisou. Eu não entendi que barulho era aquele. Eu fiquei meio em estado de choque, mas eu pensei rápido, caraca, é uma onda de plástico, meu. Que isso, cara? É o fim do mundo, né? Como se fosse mesmo assim uma imagem.
According to local media, the heavy rains on Saturday brought a huge amount of garbage that accumulated in the sand and was washed away by the sea, increasing the pollution.
O Kelly Slater, 11 vezes campeão mundial de surf, replicou, né, essa live, replicou essa mensagem, né? E para mim isso tem um significado, né? O oceano é um só e estamos todos juntos, né? Somos todos um e não podemos mais viver, né, essa separação, não podemos mais viver essa desigualdade social. Não podemos mais viver esse descaso com.
According to Oceanas Brazil's report, the South American country throws some 325,000 tons of plastic into the sea, and the pollution affects some 100 coastal lagoons of the Rio de Janeiro state coast.
Infelizmente, parcela significativa da sociedade no Rio de Janeiro não dá importância para o ambiente, tanto pelo esgoto que jorra historicamente na praia de Copacabana, como o lixo que desce da Rocinha.
Bolivia's Tuni Glacier is disappearing faster than initially anticipated.
Nosotros encontramos, por ejemplo, que esta lengua del glaciar viene retrocediendo por año aproximadamente entre 25 a 30 metros. Desde los años 70 hasta el momento actual, estamos hablando aproximadamente de unos 40 años, hemos visto que en gran parte de estos glaciares este frente o la lengua glaciar ha retrocedido entre 600 y 800 metros.
Where once they had predicted it would last through 2025, now they say its disappearance is imminent.
Entonces el glaciar Tuni podemos imaginar que durante el siglo XVI, XVII, lo que nosotros llamamos la pequeña edad de hielo, tenía una extensión hasta el punto donde nos encontramos en este momento. Entonces podemos imaginar que todo este sector estaba cubierto de hielo y este glaciar ha ido derritiéndose a lo largo del.
The changing climate and fast disappearing glaciers have coincided with a move from the countryside to the cities of Bolivia, pressuring already frail water sources. Farmers who grow quinoa about 25 kilometers from the city of La Paz say their crop has suffered.
Como acá octubre ganera que hal khatawa khete cambio climático pachamama colertaschi pero han hal khatrit no vieron paxera y hasta pa semana inturukiwa maya huipi tawai ka huipi pacha pakas pasa hayukam huip soai esto kamates lupira ki qala lupin tawai
Meanwhile, El Alto, the city's sister to the capital of La Paz, is growing at approximately 5% per year, according to glacier scientist Ramirez.
La problemática del crecimiento de la población y el crecimiento de las grandes urbes. Por ejemplo, la ciudad del Alto crece a un ritmo aproximado de 5% al año. En el caso de la ciudad de La Paz es aproximadamente un 2.5% de crecimiento anual. Por lo tanto, independientemente de lo que es la disminución de los recursos hídricos en fuente, tenemos un aumento de la población y un incremento de la demanda.